Sorry about that. We thought we had sound. We were broadcasting without it. We just forgot to hook it up. So I beg your pardon. It's been a great first drive for the Tigers here so far, as it's already chewed off more than 6 minutes, 7 minutes on this first quarter clock. Roper was out for a little bit, it seemed. He's back out there now, though. Here goes the pitch to Roper. He had the one-hand catch that. Goes back to his right, churns the feet, and he will have a 4th and short. All right. So here comes the field goal team. Now the Tigers have had trouble with extra points here this year, and they will trot out the field goal team. So sorry about the sound, everybody. I'm glad we got that fixed. So ball will be spotted at the near hash. A field goal attempt of about 11 yards. The snap is good. The hold is up. The kick is right down the pipe. And no, I beg your pardon, I don't know where that missed, but it did. From my angle, it looked right down the middle. And that's why it's not good over. From our angle, it looked good, but I think that was wide left. So after chewing off more than 8 minutes here in the first drive of the game for the Tigers, they come away empty-handed. And next time I'll be sure to look on my monitor. You see that nice field goal view we have now from the end, and I'm looking at that again here on our view, and yeah, Custine actually just missed it wide to the right. So here comes Berthoud's first drive, handoff up the middle, nowhere going, and shooting into the backfield to make that stop, I think, was Jamie Nelms. Berthoud, they're a pretty balanced team here. They rushed for almost 900 yards through their first 5 games. They've also thrown for over 1,000. 2nd and 9 here for the Spartans. Erie's pass defense will truly be tested here tonight. Probably the best aerial attack we've seen. And when we talked with Coach Cooper, he really had high praise for Voth. Voth will take the snap, looks, trying to roll. To his left, he's going to tuck and run. Breaks through one tackle, still on his feet. He fumbled the ball, picked up by Erie, and they are still on their feet. That's Roper. He brings it back to the near side, across the 30, the 20. He's heading toward the corner, and Roper is in for the score. And the Tigers take the lead. Voth got hit near the down marker and just coughed it up, and it bounced right into the arms of Noah Roper. But there is a flag on the play. One of the Berthoud parents being our spotter here. No, there doesn't appear to be a flag anymore. So Custine on to kick the extra point here for Erie. The snap is good. The kick is up. And it is good. So Erie, a 7-0 lead. We're going to take a quick timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile.
Just keep the clock rolling until it catches up. Now we're ahead. And welcome back in here, everybody. Give us just a moment so we can reset the clock here. For us, 2:45 remaining. And that is now what we have on our clock. All right, how about that? We'll show you that replay of the fumble return again here in just a moment, as Christine will kick it off here. This one will be high but short. It will be fielded at the 10. Returner on the right side and a flag coming in behind the play. Let's go ahead and take a look at that defensive play again, if we can cue that up here. And of course, we're having trouble queuing that up. We will try and get that when it's made available to us. Not sure why it's having trouble playing. It's not our software. We are lucky enough to borrow this from the coaches and their feet on the sideline, and then we can just kind of show it to you here from up in the box. I think we're having a little bit of trouble connecting to that. Well, it'll be 1st and 10 for Berthoud, so their second drive of the game. Fans, don't forget to follow us on ErieTigerNetwork.com. You can like the Erie Tiger Network Facebook page or check us out on Twitter at ErieTigerNet. Now Voth in the shotgun here. He's going to hand it off, and the hole was there for a moment and then just kind of closed up quickly as Jamie Nelms came crashing down along with Cam Marcucci. So 2nd and 5. Here goes the snap. Voth will step up. Hackney had a handful of shirt, and then Voth, I think, spins his way past the first down. By the way, I'd be remiss if I did not give Ruben Portillo a shout-out, watching all the way from Arizona and his former teammates. And so, Ruben, if you're watching, good luck down at junior college in Arizona. The Berthoud fans into it here. 1st and 10. Voth will hand it off up the middle, weaving his way through traffic before finally being dragged down. Was Woodrick. Voth, by the way, he's the leading rusher on this team as well with 337 yards. As they have kind of a whole cast of characters that run it here for the Spartans. 2nd and short now. Voth in the shotgun. 2 wideouts to the right. They'll throw the bubble screen. And running up the near sideline before he's finally met by 3 Tigers is the receiver there. And I believe on the catch that time was Yuska. That's his 3rd catch of the season. And we are still not able to connect to our huddle, and so when we do, we will get those replays up for you. And the Tigers diagnose and sniff out that run, and they're able to stop it well that time. So 2nd and 9 here. Quick first quarter, only 23 seconds left. The Tigers took a lot of time off the clock. Voth in the shotgun. He's got trips now to the left. 1 wide out to the right, a running back flanking him to that side. Ball spot at the near half. Voth looked for the bubble screen. Now throws a slant. It was caught, but he caught it on his knees. And in high school, the moment your knee touches the ground, you're down. So that will do it for the first quarter. We're going to take a timeout. Tigers lead it after a fumble recovery, 7-0. You're watching the Erie Tiger Network.
And that is the end of the first.
Hi, my name is Caleb Humble, and you're watching the Erie Tiger Network.
Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network, and right now our audio is coming in super hot. For those of you watching at home, we are trying to fix that for you so it doesn't sound so over-modulated, as a third down run is picked up and a first down there for the Spartans. Another first down here as they continue moving the ball up the field. First and 10 here, Voth in the shotgun. Goes the handoff, and it's a fumble in the backfield, and I think that Berthoud hopped on it. It was a mis-exchange, but Voth saw it quickly and hopped on it. So that'll bring up a second down. Now for Berthoud. Second and real long. Here goes the little flare pass. That's caught running up the sideline. Pretty good gainer there on second and long, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 5 situation. So 3rd and 6 now as the official spot. Ball at the near hash. See if this Tiger defense can get a stop here. Here goes the handoff. It's a fake, actually, and a flag came in. Flying into the backfield for Erie, I think, was Gilmore to get the tackle, and that would have brought up a 4th down. Let's see what this penalty is, and it's a hold. So that will back them. Well, let's see if they decline. If they decline, it was actually a loss. I think they'll still accept it, though. Bold move there. By the way, we have our end zone camera replay for that touchdown. We'll get that here after this play when we have a moment. Here goes the snap, rolling to his right is Voth, looking downfield. Tigers get good pressure. Voth will roll back the other way. Another flag, and this is short anyways, but I think the Tigers will accept again. One of the Tigers that was trying to get to Voth got tackled. Let's see if that's what the call is. And they're actually calling a face mask on Erie. Oh, man. So that will be an automatic first down here for Berthoud. I thought initially that was a hold. Either way, I didn't see a hold either. Let's see if we can see that on the replay here in just a second. As you see Voth trying to escape pressure there. And on our replay, no, they never got the face mask. So missed call there. We'll see if we can't cue that up one more time here. We're trying to look and see. Nope, that's the wrong play. Beg your pardon. Oh, we're trying our best up here. Good grief. We'll just stick live until we have one for sure. We're watching that replay and maybe just caught the face mask. Either way, second and short here for the Spartans. Voth checks the play at the line. He's got trips to the wide side. He'll hand it off up the middle. The Tigers have done well stopping the run so far, maybe a yard on the play. Just across to the 25, and that'll bring up third and about 4 here for the Spartans. Good matchup tonight. The 3 and 4th ranked team here in 3A. Both these teams trying to prove that they belong here in the top 5. Voth has it in the shotgun. Looks to his right. He's going to fire the slant and threw it behind the receiver who came open. Voth got hit. That's what affected the throw. It was a good route design. And just throwing a touch behind him because of the pressure. So that'll bring up 4th and 4 here for the Spartans. Trips wide to the right side of the field, 1 to the left. And the shotgun is Voth. He'll check to the sideline here. And Berthoud's going to call a timeout. We are also going to take a timeout. Tigers lead it here. It's been a quick first half so far, under 9 minutes to go here in half number 1 on the Erie Tiger Network.
Hi, I'm Maya Michelson, and you're watching Erie Tiger Network.
Welcome back in here, Erie Tiger Network. As it's 4th and 4. They'll run 2 wideouts. They got a tight end on the right side. Berthoud will motion a man out of the backfield. Voth will still throw to the tight end, wide open, and Noah Roper lays the wood, but that's still good for a first down. Good play design there by Berthoud to convert on that one. So now 1st and 10 here from the 12. Brock Voth will, and the running back, I think, started a little bit early, and then they're going to call a late hit after the whistle or an unnecessary roughness on Hackney. And so it will be the Erie one that will be enforced, I believe, because it's a personal foul. The referee's discussing there in the middle. By the way, while they're discussing, let's bring up that fumble return again. And you can see Voth over there on the left side. And here come the Tigers. And there goes the ball. Popped right out on the turf. Picked up by Roper. And then just all the way across for an Erie touchdown. So, by the way, Alex Duval doing double work here in the booth. We are actually pulling off of the Erie coaches' cameras, so special thanks to them and Grayson Wolf, who is the quality control assistant. And so they're saying the penalty is actually offset here. Thought the personal foul took precedence. So we'll just do 1st and 10 again. Erie has, for the most part, forced Berthoud into some uncomfortable situations. Berthoud's been able to convert. Now trips to the right. That front for the Tigers. They have been rock solid throughout the year. Voth will roll to the right. He's being chased by Gilmore. He'll throw it on the run. It's caught in the end zone. No, that one dropped. Thought that one was hauled in out there by a Spartan. And instead they'll say that one hit the turf. Might take a look at our end zone cam on that one. There, and yep, just not held on to. Good defense out there in the secondary. So here we go, 2nd and long. End zone camera really gives us a unique perspective. Voth will take the snap. He's going to follow his running back left side. Tigers stack up the line, pushes forward for a gain of a couple down to the 10. I'll bring up 3rd and 8 here for the Spartans. Fans, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Erie Tiger Network. You can also like our videos. That always helps us. Just continue to get a better web presence. 3rd and 8. Here's the snap. Voth will throw the fade. Perfect throw into the end zone for a touchdown. It was an out-breaking route, and that just went over the fingertips of Eddie Pena, I think, that was on the coverage. Now, let's take another look at that one. No, just can't quite see it there. We'll check a different angle here real quick. And I don't believe we can check that angle. So, Erie, all square here after the extra point is up and good. It's 7-7 here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Yeah, I'm married. Doesn't matter. You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so.
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore. And frustration, a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a...
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. We're all square here in the first quarter in a highly anticipated top 5 matchup. By the way, a couple of shout-outs. We have some watchers from McPherson, Kansas, and from Omaha, Nebraska. I think the Leach family watching from Omaha. So thank you for tuning in all the way out in Nebraska. That's where my mother is from. A little bit north of there, though, in Ainsworth. So Roper back to receive the kickoff here. It's really windy. This one's going to be almost unsighted, and Erie will fall on it all the way up at the 36. The wind we thought would play a huge factor tonight, and if it helps anyone, it's definitely Erie, as Berthoud likes to throw it around. We thought that might be a rather large advantage, but Voth, so far, he's thrown some good passes into this wind. Now Erie will go with the wind. And you saw in that 4th and long with Mansdorfer that they actually ran it. Now Mansdorfer will run this one on the right side. Now Mansdorfer will keep left side. He's got plenty of running room. Across the 50, still on his feet across the 40, and he's corralled out of bounds at the 35.
First and 10 for the Spartans, 36-yard line.
Sorry, we're dealing with something here in the box, so pardon my play-by-play.
4 yards on the play. Second down and 6. Ball's at the Spartan 32-yard line.
Now Roper has it right side. Flag coming in. Roper still on his feet. Roper continues to just toss defenders off of him. Always awesome to see. And I'm hoping here we are not having a hiccup in our stream. In the press box, we're having a little bit of issue here with the internet service. And so I'm trying to just make sure that all systems are a go here. They will call that on Erie, and it was the back judge that threw that. That's why I didn't think it would be on the Tigers, and he threw that a long way. 2nd and 6 is where they will back it up to. Tigers have 2 tight ends and an H-back. They'll hand it off. Roper left side, knifes his way through a hole and just continues to motor the legs. He had enough for a first down as Roper still can't be brought down.
Tackling the play by Post of Spartans.
And they are actually going to measure this. From where the linesman looks, it looks like they have it, but he wants a measurement. Nope, now they will call it a first down. That took a little while there to decide on. So they'll reset the chain here. 5:15 remaining here in the half. We're all square at 7 apiece. A quick moving first half. As both teams have been driving the ball. Only score for Erie, though, has been defensively. Here goes the handoff. Roper left side. He's got a big hole, bounces it out, and then slipped as he tried to cut up the field. This is the only game, or one of the few games so far this year, in which Erie has played on grass. I think, and I'd have to double check, that they might have played against grass against Vista Peak. Like I said, I'll have to double check that one. So 2nd and 3. Mansdorfer will bark out the count. Hands it off. Roper left side. Another good hole. Breaks through one arm tackle. Spins. And he spun into his own player. Had his own player not been there, Roper might have strolled into the end zone. And he put that all the way down to the 9. So 1st and goal here for the Tigers. 4:14. Good drive here. It's been Roper heavy. Now 2 wide to the left. They'll motion Roper out. Mansdorfer's going to fake the throw. Now he'll run it himself, and he will drive into the end zone. Tigers score again. And the far sideline excited. Is it quiet here over on the Berthoud sideline? 13-7, Tigers on top. And as soon as I say that, I think we have a little bit.
He stands extra point is good. 3:56 left in the first half. Your score starts 7, Tigers 14. Booster Club business sponsors.
Yeah, I'm aware.
B-Town Automotive, C3 Real Estate, Mary Paul, Devine, Joint Dynamics, Edward Jones Financial Advisor, Jose Cabrera, Ferries Transportation Incorporated, Hometown Equipment, JAS Automotive. Thank you so much for your support.
All right, I think we're back. I'm sorry if you missed the Mansdorfer touchdown on the right side. We'll show you that replay. You know, all of our software says that we're going, and then all of a sudden, we are keeping our eye on our YouTube stream so we notice if anything goes down, and we just noticed the view count was going down, so we knew something was up, and sure enough, the internet had just dropped here in the box for a moment, and that is just something that's beyond our control. And as frustrating as it is for you watching at home, I promise you it is that much more frustrating for us here just trying to deliver you the game. So when we have a sec, we'll show you. But a 3rd and long here. Now for Berthoud. Tigers have had trouble getting off the field. See what they can do here. Voth in the shotgun. Tigers crowd the line. They look like they're showing pressure. Now Roper will back up. Single coverage down here on the near side. Voth fakes. He'll run the draw. Tigers read that well. And the reason that a passing team not airing it out, that wind is brutal in their face. And so now they're going to have to get a punt off in that wind. And that is no easy task. I mean, the wind is just flapping that flag out there. I also wish we could get a shot of the moon. We might be able to do that here in a little bit, as it is really pretty there over the horizon. I mean, that is awesome to see. 4th and 10, and Berthoud calls a timeout. And we will take a timeout. We'll be right back here on the Erie Tiger Network.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher.
Welcome back in. 4th and 10. The punt into the wind, and oh man, look at that wind. I mean, the punter actually did a great job of driving it low, and then it just got gobbled up by the wind. Man, you feel bad. That was actually a good low driving kick, and the wind just battered it. And we told you the wind will play a factor in this one. And Erie the beneficiary that time. Well, let's show you that Mansdorfer touchdown. And you can see they'll motion Roper out of the backfield here, and then Mansdorfer just took it himself up the right side and plowed his way into the end zone for an Erie touchdown. So now we'll take you back to live here. 1st and 10. They'll motion Roper out again. Erie might throw with the wind here. Nope, it will be Mansdorfer. He'll bend it around the left, stops, cuts it up, and has a couple of yards.
Gains 2 yards on the play. Second down and 8. Ball run 27 yards on.
Gilmore and Mathis split out wide right for Erie. And Mansdorfer dropped the football, takes himself, and then he is devoured. I think he may have lost a yard. Don't know if he meant to give that to Roper or not. And picked it up and plowed it right back into the teeth of the Erie defense. So 3rd and long. At this point, if you're Erie, and I think Erie will call a timeout, and we'll stick right here. I think if you're Erie, you kind of just want to pick up at least 4 or 5 on the play. You almost don't really need to pick it all up because they'll definitely go for it, you'd think. Now, this is within Castine's range. Hard to tell what this wind is going to do. It is behind Erie. That's the one thing, and that's what we saw for the Spartan punter there, is that, man, that ball got up into the wind, and it was like it hit a wall. That was something else. Let's see if you can kind of see right there between the goalposts. We'll bring it up for you. There's a little shot of the moon. Camera does not do it justice, and as we scroll across the field, you can see that flag just flapping in the breeze. All right, so here we go. 3rd and 9 now for the Tigers. Snap. Keeping it as Mansdorfer cuts it up, and he's going to be lassoed around the ankles, but he's got 8, and that'll bring up a 4th and 1. And man, Berthoud is keying hard on Noah Roper, and for good reason. And Mansdorfer's had himself a pretty good day now in the pistol. Tigers going quick here. Roper will motion up next to him in the shotgun. And offside, I think, on Berthoud. Got a little bit antsy there, wanting to make the play. And smart decision by Erie to go with a hard count. So 1st and 10. That was big time for Erie. Mansdorfer will take again, eludes a blitzer, and Mansdorfer just submarines his way forward for a gain of 9, maybe 10 on the play. And Coach Cooper sprinting out there trying to call a timeout. There's under 30 seconds left to play here in the quarter, and Coach Cooper was a track star there that time. By the way, let's show you that Mansdorfer touchdown there one more time. As took it over the right side and just plowed it in. He's having himself a real good game. In fact, even that last run there is, watch them key on, well, that was the play before, but good 10-yard gain there. And we'll show you one more here if you just kind of stick with our little interface. And it doesn't look like that's going to connect. We'll see if we can't find that. Just wanted to show you here how much that Berthoud defense is keying in on Noah Roper. So here we go. 2nd and short. Under 30 ticks left to play. Tigers will have the ball spotted, and it is really tough to see from this press box, and the lines on the field are not that clear. I think the ball spotted just inside the 10. They're going to throw for the first time, an out route, and just overshooting the receiver was Mansdorfer. So that'll bring up 3rd down here. And they're going to sneak it forward because the first down stops the clock. So smart play there for Erie. First down stops the clock. Now they'll run hurry up. Quickly to the line go the Tigers. 15 ticks left once they set it. Now 1st and goal. And they will clock the ball there. And the clock will stop at 12.3. And that's why Erie threw the ball, is incomplete pass stops the clock. You know, if I'm Coach Cooper here, I might think of dialing up a little halfback pass with Roper, a little pitch to the near side, and then he can kind of decide, does he want to throw it to Mathis, who's in single coverage, or does he want to take it himself? But that's why I'm just a broadcaster. I don't have to make those decisions. They'll roll to the right. And a player coming open is Gilmore. And the pass is caught. And he touches the toe down. And it's a touchdown with 6 seconds left for Erie. And they will take a 2-score lead on the pass for Mansdorfer. Man, he's having himself a whale of a half so far. 1 rushing touchdown, 1 throwing touchdown. That was a nice catch. And the toe tapper for Jaden Gilmore. Now Castine out. Snap a little high, and the kick is no good as Julian shanked it wide left. And a tough day for kickers with that wind. So we'll stay right here as Erie marches down to the other side of the field to kick this off. Gotta imagine it'll just be a squibber here. Good play design. It was kind of a little rollout to get Mansdorfer out of the pocket where he's comfortable, and to throw so that if he overfired there or something, it would stop the clock. And maybe if something there, he could run it. Instead, he found the open receiver. Nicely designed play there by the Erie coaching staff. Always fun to watch good coaching. And, man, I tell you what, with how much this team has grown in a year and a half under Coach Cooper and his staff, it's nothing short of amazing. So hats off to the whole Tiger staff. And they're going to make sure that Mansdorfer's foot is still onside when the kickoff happens, as he has to hold it once again. And the wind, I mean, the wind is a huge favor for Erie. They will kick it off with the wind, and that's going to go screaming out the back. And so with 1 play left, really, that's all we have time for. I think we might just see a run here from Berthoud. I don't imagine they'll throw in this wind. Coach Mickens out trying to give directions, saying, hey, play a little bit soft here. 6.3 is what's officially left on the clock. Actually, it's just 6. They don't count tenths of seconds here as we learned from that Toby Campbell interception. So they'll just sit on it, and Erie will take a 20-7 lead here in the locker room. We'll take a timeout. Good first half for the Tigers here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number 303-828-0454 or go to carawayortho.com.
Hi, my name is Caleb Humble, and you're watching the Erie Tiger Network.
Hi, I'm Maya Michelson, and you're watching Erie Tiger Network.
Welcome back into the Erie Tiger Network. Hey, let's show you this play here real quick that's, I think, has been a key here to the first half for Erie. And if you look here, you notice those two defenders right there. They have edge responsibility, and then they are king on Noah Roper, as you expect every team to. And as the action happens, you see right there both defenders getting sucked into the action going that way toward Roper. And then that leaves Mansdorfer wide open by the time they react there to go around the edge. And that's been a huge difference here tonight. That one play is kind of a microcosm of everything good that's been happening tonight here for Erie. What we're going to do is we're going to give ourselves a break here in the press box, but we won't go back to commercial. We are going to let you watch the Berthoud Marching Band here on the Erie Tiger Network.
marching band. Under the direction of Mr. Rick Brodsky. I have a few baseball scores for you. In the top of the 13th inning, the Yankees and Indians are tied 8-8. Top of the 8th inning, Cubs and Nationals, Cubs 3, Nationals 0, with 2 outs. Top of the 8th. Have a final, Astros beat the Red Sox 8-2. Dodgers and Diamondbacks play tonight, starting at 8:30.
Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number 303-828-0454 or go to CarawayOrtho.com.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Burt here with you as the players out warming up for the start of the second half. So we're under 3 minutes away from kickoff here. Erie will be kicking off to Berthoud. That's what made that score so huge there at the end of the half. Made it a 2-score game. So, well, it was an interesting first half with the wind and all kinds of fun things. In fact, I'll see here in a sec if I can't show you the punt that got Erie the ball back and why they got it back in such good field position with such little time left on the clock. And, of course, our huddle system seems to be out of whack once again. So when we do get those highlights up, we will be happy to show them to you. Until then, we are going to have to sit and wait like you. Of course, you can always always to happen at halftime. It might be when we come back from commercial. I'm gonna burp it anyway. I should be able to help you like dress for basketball when it starts, because I have 2 broken nerves. So. Well, I think our stream is back up and working for you. And the only other issue we have had for at least viewers at home is, man, our audio is screaming tonight, and we have no idea why. Check. 1, 2. Well, that certainly helped. The unfortunate thing is when we do that, we tend to lose. Check. 1, 2, 1. Sorry, we're just trying to make sure that the audio doesn't blast you out every time an exciting play happens. And unfortunately, it's just a little bit too loud here tonight. And we're not sure of the cause. Other good news is we have a backup recording going. So we're learning from our mistakes here. We know that our Wirecast is doing better because instead of 100% computer usage, it's only taking up 13%. So we're already running a lot more healthy here in this game this week. We are really close to having the perfect game. So here goes the kickoff to start the half. Erie will go with the win this quarter. So Erie needs to take advantage defensively. You do not want Berthoud to squeeze it tight and then get the wind with them in the fourth if you are the Erie Tigers. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20 here. And when we get some scores as well, we'll also try and shuttle those into you. 1st and 10. Voth checking the play at the line. He's got trips out to his left. Erie's showing like they're going to bring pressure. And they will, and they'll throw the fade route, and it was actually a little back shoulder throw. I think that was Alex Mathis in coverage there for Erie. And the receiver just not able to hold on to that. I think that was Miguel Sarmiento that was the intended target. Now 2nd and 10 here for the Spartans. Voth in the shotgun. Got a tight end now. Erie showing pressure again. Voth again trying to check the play at the line. Snap, Voth, another quick throw, good snag, and then churning the legs and staying on his feet. And Erie says they got the ball. I don't know that they did. Popping up with it, though, was Ian McDonald. First and 10 now for the Spartans after that nice little slant. Good zip into the wind is Voth. That's a real test for a quarterback. How well can they throw that into the wind? Good student contingent for the Tigers. They actually get to stand on the field. They're on the sideline on the inside the 20. Second and 7 now for Berthoud. Ball to the near side, or excuse me, to the far side, trips to the near side. Tigers showing edge pressure again. Voth will step up into the arms of Nate Hackney, who will engulf him into the backfield, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11, and that Tiger defense has been salty there. By the way, we can only seem to show you in-zone previews. That's why we aren't showing you any sideline reviews, or replays, I'm sorry. And Erie, great pressure that time coming from every direction. 3rd and 10. Tigers need a stop here. Trips to the left. Voth looking. He's going to throw the wheel route. That's high into the air, and Mathis had it in his mitts and couldn't hold on. He had to slow up, and honestly, it might be better that he did not catch that, because now Berthoud's forced to punt into this hurricane force wind. I mean, the Berthoud bench has blown over twice in this game. Their metal sideline bench. That's how strong the wind has been. This punt low. It's going to be picked up by Roper. So they already have better field position than where that interception would have taken place as Roper spins his way to the 44. And that's where Erie will start. Well, Jacob Mansdorfer, 83 yards rushing there in that half. Noah Roper with 85. So a good game plan on the ground so far. We showed you our little coach's edge there at the end of the first, or at the start of halftime, and what the Tigers have kind of done to spring Mansdorfer loose. And the Tigers will come out here on offense for the first time this half. Ball will be spotted on the far hash away from us here in the press box. Mansdorfer takes the snap. And no, it's actually direct to Roper, and he faked it. And so a little wrinkle there. Roper still on his feet. And Roper just will not be brought down. And so Another little wrinkle there by the Tiger offense. Little Roper taking the direct snap and faking it to Mansdorfer, thinking that they might have tried to adjust. Tigers quickly to the line, otherwise we'd show you that replay as we already had that queued up. Snap to Roper again, direct snap, left side, and just rumbles his way across the Berthoud 40, all the way down to the Berthoud 36, maybe the 37. And quickly to the line, Erie's already set up. And if the Erie coaches keep adding little wrinkles to the run game like this, man, it's just fun to watch. A fumbled snap as Mansdorfer couldn't ever corral it, and Berthoud picks it up. In fact, Mansdorfer was turning to hand it off before he had it in his hands. Well, we just recently lost our huddle sideline replay. They are having trouble, I think, with the wind as well. Grayson Wolf running the quality control stuff for the coaches, and I think he's having a rough time down there. So Voth in the shotgun. Tigers showing edge pressure again. Voth being pressured, and he's going to be buried all the way back at his own 31. Gilmore in there on the sack. Impressive stuff here from the Tiger front four, and then the edge rushers as well. They have been solid all year. Nelms, Marcucci, Hackney on the left side. And here comes a little running back screen. That is set up well by Berthoud. Erie did not recognize in time. And that's going to be a decent chunk of yardage. It's still going to be third and about 7. But a pickup of about 10 yards on the play. So 3rd and 7, like we said, Erie really needs to shut Berthoud down here this half, because Berthoud will go with the win next half. Little swing pass out of the backfield, and Roper chasing that one down, and no gain there. Other Tigers in backside pursuit. So now 4th down. Oh, Tigers, they should maybe play against a fake here. No, Berthoud will punt it away. Another good low punt. It's going to bounce the arms of Roper. He'll have it on the left side, up the sideline, across the 50. One man to beat, and he's corralled out of bounds. Noah Roper putting a scare there into the defense. So Tigers will have 1st and 10. Hey, fans, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Erie TigerNet. You can like the Erie Tiger Network Facebook page. You can also check us out online at ErieTigerNetwork.com. 7:18 remaining here in quarter number 3. Tigers lead it by 2 scores, and they have great field position. That turnover ended last drive, which started off well. Just slipped through the hands of Mansdorfer. Mansdorfer takes the snap, hands off to Roper, right side, stutters in the hole, cuts to his left, still on his feet, and finally stacked up by about 6 black jerseys But first it was a gain of almost 7 on the play. Now snap again, rolling right is Mansdorfer. He's going to uncork one with the wind. He's got Mathis and just overthrew him. And you could see how strong the wind is on the run. Mansdorfer uncorked that one almost 55 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 3 here for Erie. Good play call there. I like to see them take a shot on 2nd and short. That's when you like to do it. You still got a couple downs to play with. Mansdorfer hands off Roper, right side, big hole. Stutter steps, stepping through tacklers, and then just kind of tiptoes his way between the hashes all the way down to the Berthoud 27 for a first down. So Erie continues to keep matriculating the ball up the field. Now 1st and 10. Tigers just a 5-man front here. Snap. Mansdorfer will keep on the right side. Puts the head down and just creams his way forward for a gain of about 6. This would be big if Erie could make this a 3-score game. Even with the win, Berthoud would have trouble against that Tiger defense, which has really come alive here the last couple weeks. I think last week's second half performance against Silver Creek was a thing of beauty. Now Mansdorfer on 2nd and short. He's going to run the draw. He'll follow Hackney. He was pulling into the hole, and Mansdorfer just drives his way forward for the Tigers. And that Tiger front is just taking over this game. We mention it a lot here on the network when we can because they deserve it. They are a good bunch, and a lot of them will be back. Obviously, you'll lose Cam Arcucci. I think they'll have 4 returning starters, though, next year. And this Tiger team will be real good. Hand off to Roper, left side, bursts his way through the hole, and then stacked up and title weighted under at the 10, but a pickup of another 7. Second and 5. Here, they'll call that a 5-yard gain. Mansdorfer hands off to Roper, right side, hurdles a man and gets dumped head over heels. But another first down, and it's now 1st and goal inside the 5. Man, the holes being created by the front for Erie have been fantastic. And Erie going real fast here. They're already ready to snap another one, and Roper gets tripped up, reaches, touchdown. He reached with his hand across to get it across into the end zone, and the Tigers now up by 3 scores. And I think Erie might go for 2 here because of the missed extra point last time. .355 left. One of our crew members, Ethan Schrauf, chatting with us on the stream. Shout out, Ethan. He watched his first football game last week, and he had to do camera work for it. At least I believe that's the story. Maybe you can confirm, Ethan. A little pitch to Roper. Spins out of a tackle, but he is going to be stopped short. So it's 26-7. And here in this half, we are not going to go to commercial. It seems like when we come back from commercial, we have some streaming issues. So we are not going to do that. Brandon Bird, Alex Duvall here with us. It's just a two-man crew, and then we are using some Erie personnel to help us out. So while we have a moment, we will show you that touchdown here again. As you can see, the Erie line is really what's been so dominant. Even when they come up in the hole like right there to stop Roper, he's still able to get out of it. So now Castine set to kick off here. And he will still have the win. That's what we said. Erie had to take advantage this quarter. If Berthoud was somehow able to keep Erie off the scoreboard, and then on top of that, if they were able to score themselves and tighten things up, that would make for a nervy fourth quarter with the wind. Remember, they are a passing team, and that's why the 2 quarters they've had to go into the wind, that it has just been a struggle. They did score 1 touchdown, their only touchdown into the wind, but for the most part, they haven't been able to do much. And the great thing for Erie is that they took up most of the first quarter, in which Berthoud could have had the wind by a big, long 8-minute drive. And now here comes the sack. Jaden Gilmore just flying in there, and he buried Voth, and the Tiger defense can start pinning their ears back. Berthoud wants to throw here, but Tigers playing, I think, a lot more man here, and their defense feeling more comfortable. And with the defensive front that Erie has, it's making them play real well against the pass. Voth now, nice little hole there, and coming up to make the play was Mansdorfer. He just grabbed the ankle of Voth. It was a nice hole, and it was a good tackle there by Mansdorfer. Or I beg your pardon, that might have been Ian McDonald that made that tackle. Tigers in their road whites with the gray pants. I always like that look. A little bit better than the orange pants, I think. The bright orange doesn't really match their helmets. And now a penalty here, and it's going to be a false start, and that's going to back Berthoud up even more. So now Berthoud in a real hole. While they back him up, let's take a look at that sack again. Jaden Gilmore there on the left side. You'll see him right. Just fly in. Oh, wrong play. Sorry about that. Well, hey, it's a replay. We've been incorporated this year. We're going to have a couple of hiccups. We'll see if we can't find that and show it to you when here in just a little bit. But 3rd and long. Voth looks, steps up in the pocket, fires down the middle, and almost intercepted by Roper. And man, that is why Noah Roper is going to play college football, because of his play at safety. You see all the eye-dropping stuff as a running back that he does, and now we have a penalty, roughing the passer, and that's an automatic first down. Well, while they enforce that, let's see if maybe we can see the roughing the passer and then subsequently the play by Roper. As you see a little bit late there was Hackney. And then look how far Roper comes. He's all the way over here and just comes and almost makes the interception. That is the film that coaches drool over. And that's what I think is going to get Roper a scholarship. There was a clear hold there, and the referee didn't call it. In fact, we could probably see that here as we queue up our replay. I think Berthoud moves just slowly enough that we can go to replay. And you're going to see that on the right side as the DB was trying to scream in. And there it is right there. Right in there. Oh, well, we'll go back to live here. Thought we had our little drawing tool up. 2nd and 8. Low snap. Voth will set up the running back screen again and just falling down. It was set up nicely, but just a loss of balance that time. That was Wyatt Woodrick that just couldn't quite keep his feet. Berthoud quickly to the line. 1:10 left here in the quarter. Now rolling to his right. Firing and behind the receiver. And carving that in the wind. Tough work for Voth, especially on the move. So 54 seconds left here in quarter number 3. It's fun to see some juice in the Tri-Valley. We saw a score that Frederick was leading Holy Family. That would be something. That would be the upset of the year, I think. I know Frederick a much improved team, but holy cow. That would be something else. We'll see if we can't pull off a few other scores from around the Tri-Valley. As we said, we are not going to go to commercial here this half. We'll read you some things. In fact, while we have a moment, how about having all your insurance needs under one roof? Let State Farm's Jeannie Holst take care of all your insurance needs. Jeannie's been serving the Erie community for almost 15 years. Would like to serve you as well. Give Jeannie a call today at 303-828-4002 or visit online at jeannieholst.com. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. So 1st and 10 for the Tigers from their own 44. Mansdorfer in the shotgun. I think we have a delay here. And we do. So now 1st and 15. Now Mansdorfer, play action. He'll throw deep. He's got a man. It's Mathis. Oh, and Mathis had it in his hands and couldn't haul it in. It was underthrown a little bit. He slowed down, and as it started to hit his hands, he brought his hands up to his body without the football. That would have been a big play there for the Tigers. They were trying to take advantage of having the wind. Now Mansdorfer will keep it along the left side. He'll cut it up. He's got 6 yards as he's cut down across the original line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up a 3rd and fairly long here. Now 3rd and 9. Erie content taking their time a little bit here, and they will let the clock run out. So it's been A solid evening so far for the Tigers. Let's take a look at that pass again. As you see, Mansdorfer, good job setting his feet that time. Unloaded it with the wind, and then Mathis, see right there? He's going to just not quite able to corral the ball. Well, if you have any scores from around the Tri-Valley, we'd love for you to tweet them at us at Erie Tiger Net. You can also like the Erie Tiger Network Facebook page. Check us out online at erietigernetwork.com. As we mentioned in that first half, both Roper and Mansdorfer had over 80 yards rushing. I bet they are both over 100 now. That stat came via John Yunt on Boco Preps, so thanks to him, as it seems like he's now the Erie beat reporter. Erie has another big one next week against Holy Family. That'll be a Thursday night game. So Mansdorfer takes the snap. They'll run play action. No one running a route for the Tigers, and Mansdorfer had nowhere to go. I don't know if the Tigers were trying to set up a screen or what, but there was no one more than 5 yards downfield, including all the Erie receivers. A little bit of miscommunication there. By the way, Meade leads number 5 Roosevelt. You think Meade is for real? 26-0. So Meade, number 1 for good reason. And I mentioned this on the broadcast before. I saw Meade 4 years ago come out to Sterling, over 100 strong for a road game 2 hours away, coached by Joel Klatt's brother, Jason Klatt, who is the son of a former Pomona head coaching legend. And you could just tell they got absolutely waxed that night by Sterling, who's a 2A school. But you could tell, though, that there was real excitement around the program. And just a few years later, Meade now maybe the cream of the, or top of the class here, at least in 3A football. Pueblo County leading Pueblo Central 20-14 in 3A football. Like we said, when we get them, we'll bring them to you here. Now Berthoud has the wind, and with the wind they'll run option on the first play, and they won't get much. Gain of about 3 on the play. Berthoud trying to go quickly to the line. Both's got 2 running backs. Tigers showing pressure again. They'll run play action, throw it to the tight end, and the near sideline official will call interference. It was definitely bumpy coverage there by, I think, either Jaden Gilmore or Ian McDonald. We'll take a look here at the replay. And there's the contact right there. So that'll bring up a first down here for Berthoud. Now they'll throw a little swing pass. Tigers read that well. They're all over that. Nathan Hackney out there. I think he ultimately makes the tackle. Eddie Pena also there for the Tigers. Now Marcucci will check in. He'll come in there for Sire. By the way, Roosevelt finally on the board. They trail Meade, though, 26-6. The Tigers will see Roosevelt here in a couple weeks. Man, what a gauntlet the Tri-Valley is. Just every time I look at the schedule, I can't hardly believe it. A big hold there. No call, almost a touchdown. Voth overthrew him. That was an egregious hold. I don't know how you missed that. Whew. Heck, we'll take another look at that. Jaden Gilmore was flying in. And see on the left side, whew, just sat right down. Grabbed by the shoulder pad. And then we could hear the Erie coaches next to in the box next to us screaming, pleading for holding. 3rd and 2, rolling is Voth. He'll throw it into the flat, caught up the sideline, and finally just absolutely chucked out of bounds was Jacob Lazinski, and I'm not sure. No, he's still a few yards short of the first down. Can't tell. The lines are not strongly painted here on this grass. And, of course, a big crown on the field for drainage purposes. And when you look, you can't even see the other sideline from our vantage point. So, man in motion here on 4th down. Little jet sweep action. They've got it and more. And up the sideline with some speed goes Lazinski. Back-to-back good plays there for Lazinski. Hey, fans, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you hit the little bell, you can get notified every time we start a live stream. Some people don't know that. It'll literally send a notification, especially if you have the YouTube app on your smartphone and you sign in on your account. It'll notify you every time we start a stream. Now Voth doing good to get out of trouble. Tigers continue to pressure him and delivers a strike on the run. That time he found the tight end. That was Jake Rafferty. And a first down for Berthoud. Like we said, with the wind, things going a little bit more smooth. Under 10 minutes left, though. Down 3 scores is Berthoud. Saw the Tigers lose in a close one out on this field a couple years ago. Now another little running back screen. And down the sideline races Woodrick. And the Tigers have been a little bit susceptible to that screen here in this half. And there was one time Woodrick caught it and stumbled, and that could have been a big play had he kept his feet earlier in this half. Instead, he rumbles his way forward for close to a 30-yard pickup there. Now Voth starting to get the offense going. Rolls to his left, looks toward the end zone, fires the deep out, has a man down to the and it's a fumble picked up by Roper. And I couldn't see from this angle until I saw Roper pick it up and head the other way. So what was a great drive for Berthoud ends in a little bit of heartbreak. And not a great view here as it's pretty far out. Yeah, the ball, that could have almost easily been called incomplete. So Erie will take over. We saw them have close to an 8-minute drive to start the game. This is their worst field position since that moment. So might we see another long drive here as Roper will get the handoff and he'll lean his way forward for about a gain of 4. Tigers will now be happy to take their time. And Tiger fans, we have just the smile you're looking for. Dr. Damon Caraway and his team professionals work together to provide you the highest standard of orthodontic care. For more information, head to CarawayOrtho.com. Now 2nd and 5 here. Mansdorfer will keep, breaks one tackle, stays on his feet, just kind of shuffles his way forward for a gain of about 5 or so. That's going to bring up 3rd and 1. Tigers quickly to the line. See if they snap this quickly or take their time. They will, and it'll be a QB sneak and flags flying in. I don't think the Tigers were set all the way. We're going to see a legal formation. A little bit interesting play call there, as the clock kind of the biggest factor in this game. And it will back the Tigers back up to a 3rd and 6. I think we have a new QB warming up here for Berthoud. Or at least the backup getting ready should he come in. Now Mansdorfer will send Gilmore in motion. Gilmore's had a solid game here today. Bobbled snap, hand off to Roper. Bends it around the right side, still on his feet, and good defense that time by Berthoud to keep Roper at bay and force the Tigers into a punt. This punt in the wind, but still pretty good. Actually, the wind, it's still blowing in that direction, but it's died down here a little bit. And that is where Berthoud will take over, is on the Erie side of the field at the Erie 49. Well, fans, thank you so much for tuning in here today. By the way, you can always check out our broadcast schedule online at ErieTigerNetwork.com. I believe we have a soccer game coming up on Monday, as they've won 4 in a row now. Man, Erie Sports looking real good. Big long pass. Bobbled, not able to hold on to it was Rafferty. Had it in his hands, and as he was falling to the ground, just couldn't quite haul it in. Now 2nd and 10 here for the Spartans. Voth still the QB here. You can see he's got a live arm. Steps up in the pocket, and he is buried. And so the Tigers continue to get pressure back there. That time it was Jamie Nelms, and Nelms shaken up on the play. Hate to see that. Got the sack, but he is on the ground, and he was in some pain there. Do not want to lose Nelms. We'll show you the replay here, see what we can see. Nelms right here on the end. He'll come flying in. Nice little spin move there by Nelms, and then He hit the quarterback hard, and the quarterback kind of landed on top of him. And we'll run that back. And it looks like he's holding the shoulder. And we'll go frame by frame here. And Nelms, ooh, yeah, he landed hard on that left shoulder with Voth on top of him. And you hope he's okay there. And actually, as he's coming off the field, he's kind of limping a little bit, so I don't know if it was that shoulder. Maybe just got the feet tangled up. Yep, Meade leading Roosevelt 32-6. We could hear that on the scoreboard. At the same time, we got a text. Thank you, Courtney Stanessa, for sending that one in to us. We'll see if we can't track down how many rushing yards has. Voth in the shotgun. Voth will hand it off. And breaking some tackles and a big collision there close to the line of scrimmage. And that was A.J. Anima. Roper 144 yards and Mansdorfer 103. That coming via John Yunt of Boco Preps. Now Voth, again being pressured, gets away from Hackney, will take it himself. It's fourth down. He's going to be, I think, just short. He had to get 13 yards for a first. I think he got 12. And here comes the Erie offense to salt away this game. 5 minutes and 25 seconds left. And Erie flexing their muscles here, showing us why they are ranked so high. Oh, wait, Meade with interception. Man, how good is that Meade-Erie game? Last year, that game was tit for tat all the way throughout the game, and then Roper fumbled. It was picked up by Meade, and they returned it for a touchdown, and that was the difference in the game. And so it'll be a home game this year for Erie, and that will be that'll be a fun one. Holy Family, Meade, Roosevelt, Frederick still left on the schedule. And it's going to be every minute. It's going to be fun. Roper just taking the direct snap, and he just bulldozing his way forward. Erie taking their time now, under 5 minutes to play. Roper now over 150 yards on the ground. Roper will keep, bends it out, eluding tacklers, takes it up the sideline, stops, shakes off one man, and finally spun out of bounds inside the 30 down to the 27. "24 yards on the pickup there by Noah Roper. And now I believe he's over 170 on the ground. And Wingfield is in, and that might be the last time we see Roper in this game, as it seems firmly in control here for Erie. By the way, Max Preps, which sometimes the reliability of that is hard to decipher, it's showing a 7-6 lead for Frederick over Holy Family here in the second half as Wingfield eluding tacklers. And Wingfield, the little jitterbug, all the way down to the 12. First and 10 now. Grayson Blaylock here in the booth, he's convincing us that that is a good live score that we have. Frederick leading Holy Family. That's kind of hard to believe.
Second and 6 from the 7-yard line.
Tigers again taking their time here. 3.5 left. Roper is still out there for Erie. Right side. Ducks underneath. And then just bowls his way all the way down to the 2. Lowered the head and churned the legs and actually kind of got spun around there a little bit. And that line for Erie again tonight, it's just been awesome. Gianni Velota, Spencer Brooks, Colby Arlington, Nate Hackney, and Cam Marcucci have just been outstanding. By the way, Velota is a senior, so the Tigers will return 3 starters next year. I said 4 as Roper bounces it out, scoots it in, and another Tiger touchdown. As that one will pretty much put the icing on the cake. Noah Roper, he's been incredible again. I think he's at or around 180 yards rushing here tonight on the road. And Berthoud fans starting to leave. As Julian Costine out to kick the extra point here. By the way, we lost our end zone camera feed. The snap a little high, good hold though, and that kick is down the pipe that time. Well, a fun week of football here. Feels good to come out to Berthoud and get a win. Was talking with the crew before the game. We saw Noah Roper kind of almost have his coming out party here a couple years ago on this field. He returned a punt for a touchdown that was called back due to a penalty flag. But you could see then that the youngster had electricity to him, and he is not disappointed since then. Mansdorfer's had a great game tonight. Jaden Gilmore has had a great game tonight, actually. If he's had a couple sacks, he had that touchdown catch. And Jaden Gilmore may be a dark horse for player of the game tonight, as he seems like he's been all over the field on both sides of the ball. Nate Hackney has played well. Jamie Nelms. Once again, that front on both sides of the ball has just been a dominant force for Erie so far all season long. And you finally got to see Erie tested last week and this week, and I think those 2 weeks are going to give them confidence as we roll into November. Last year, a little bit of a confidence boost. You played really well against the Pueblo team that would ultimately take state, and I think outside of Meade, Erie probably gave them the best game they had in the playoffs as they kind of steamrolled their way to a state championship. And sometimes you think, well, there are no moral victories, but man, that really put some confidence in the youngsters for Erie. And then coming into this year, they play some teams that some would say, oh, Erie's not playing anyone but some tomato cans. And well, Erie did what they're supposed to do against teams that have a losing record. They dominated. And they finally took on a Silver Creek team that many thought was one of the top 5 teams in the state. And Erie played real well, winning last week and this week. Berthoud, the 4th-ranked team here in 3A. And Erie out on the road, winning 33-7. So, man, that feels real good. By the way, Discovery Canyon in the 3A ranks, they beat Woodland Park 48-0. As there's an incomplete pass now for Berthoud. I think the backup quarterback is in here for Berthoud. And that is Brennan Garvin. So second and, well, actually, second and 13. Garvin takes the snap at the knees, steps up in the pocket, stripes one, through the hands that time. That was Jackson Walker. Couldn't quite haul that one in, and Walker getting some run here. Not happy with himself as he knew he had a pick and couldn't quite snag it. Jackson Walker in there for the Tigers. Trying to see some other characters that have hopped in there. Ethan Johnson also out there for Erie. Showing some pressure is Erie. They'll blitz up the middle, mishandled snap, and that's going to be marked way back. That was on 4th down. And so Erie offense, or excuse me, it is 4th down. The down marker switched so fast. That was 3rd and long. Now on 4th, Berthoud will punt. And Berthoud a little bit unlucky with the wind. They chose it to go with it in the 4th quarter, but it's kind of died down. Not really as much a factor anymore. This punt will be sent way deep over the head of Nathan Hahn, who will watch it stop at the 1-inch line. How about that punt? Now Erie's going to have to sneak it forward a couple times. But Erie, they will stay undefeated. The number 3 team here in the state. As always, thanks for tuning in here. Always like when the fans interact on the chat. Shout out to Marilyn Addington, who's always a huge supporter of the Erie Tigers. She'll come in. She'll tell us what things went well, what things could go better. And, man, she might be the number 1 fan. So a shout out to Marilyn. We appreciate you so much. Turnip Tiger, they've been tuning in and chatting with us here on our YouTube channel, on our live chat. So we'll give them a little shout out. Pixelated Donut. Only the internet, right, could provide names like Pixelated Donut. But thanks everyone for tuning in on what has been just a fantastic evening. Tigers really dominated from the opening drive. They didn't come away with points, but that first drive kind of set the tone here tonight. So Berthoud will drop to 5-1. Erie will move to 6-0 and 1-0 in league play, as that will do it. Tigers running in and celebrating for the high five line. And they are already packing up the camera upstairs. As we said, we use the coach's camera, and so they're cold. They want to go home, so we will let them. Thank you so much for joining us. Special thanks to Grayson Wolf and Grayson Blaylock for helping us out a little bit here on the broadcast upstairs as well. And a huge shout out, doing double duty tonight as technical director and producer, is Alex Duvall. For him, I'm Brandon Bird. The Tigers win it. They move to 6-0. Join us for our next broadcast of Tiger Sports on Monday as the soccer team will take on Roosevelt. That's at 6 o'clock. We'll have volleyball on Tuesday, and then next Thursday, it's the football team as they take on Holy Family. Until next time, I'm Brandon Bird. I'll chirp at you later, Tiger fans.